everybody. We live. I'm your instructor, Pierre Hui, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience, which I had to exercise a lot because I had to get back on here. How y'all doing this morning? If you are not familiar with me, I am a barber instructor, shop owner, and school owner. And I like to put my barber education, general studies online, and that's what we're gonna do today. And my TikTok people, give me 1 second. Taronda, how you doing? Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me make sure my student is on. Okay, and live. Yeah, it's been a minute. I know. There we go. All right, so I got to get back in the swing of it, but that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to go a little bit out of order. The way that I normally do it, I have everything set up Monday through Thursday, right? Monday would be, Maxwell, how you doing? Monday would be, like I go off the CIB. It's 4 sections in South Carolina CIB. What's up, cuz? But today, since I'm just not getting back in the groove of things, we just gonna have to freestyle it. And with that being said, first thing I always try to identify is the CIB. If anybody is on here watching and you're familiar with my content, do y'all remember what the CIB stands for? In studying for your South Carolina, well, just studying for your barber exam period, do y'all know what the CIB stand for? And you should, because your instructor should tell you. Let's see here. Let's see, student CIB. Tangi, what's up? Biggs, good morning. Mr. Brown, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Why did they put that on there? Oh, okay. I see why they did that. Okay, so we're going to find the SC Barber CIB. And I still like using the old one from PCS, even though they don't route with PCS no more. PCS had the more comprehensive one. And I always study from the Master Hair Care because why wouldn't you take the Master Hair Care? It's only a few more questions, and then on the practical exam, it's only a few more sections. So why wouldn't you do it? And all my Facebook, YouTube people, please let me know if you can hear me or not. It feel like my sound's going in and out. Where's the page? Where's the page? Where's the page? Is it? Yep, there we go. All right. Give me a second, I'm gonna share my screen. Renegade, you got it. Stands for the Candidate Information Bulletin. And what that means, y'all, is they pretty much tell you what they're looking for on the test. So it's always a good idea to be familiar with the CIB, especially when it comes closer to test time, so you know what to study. Because if not, you're just going to go through this book. It's about, how many pages in this book? It's about 830 pages. And you're just going to be going in there just studying anything and still not be ready for the test, because the CIB, like I said, they give you more specific information and saying, hey, this is like your study guide. These are the things that you need to know. And for South Carolina, it's split up in 4 sections. What I am going to be doing, y'all, that I'm really happy to announce is I'm going to be studying them state by state. So the next state for me will be Georgia, and then after that, North Carolina and Texas. But stay tuned for that. Okay, let me see if I can't share this screen real quick. Share screen. Nope. That one. Okay. All right, there we go. This is the one for South Carolina. And all my TikTokers, you're just going to have to go with me talking about the screen. But I will go in detail. All right. The following outlines the scope of content covered by the NIC, National Barber Style and Theory Examination, which they are the testing site. Let's see if they'll let me take that off. All right. The percentages represent the percentage of items from each domain. The examination comprised of 110 items. Don't be scared of that. Of which 100 items are weighted and contribute to the candidate's final score. Now, what do they mean by weighted? That means out of 110 items, they're going to go ahead and give you 10 points. Let me say it again. Examination comprised of 110 items, of which 100 items are weighted and contribute to the candidate's final score. 100 items are weighted. So that means out of 110, they're going to give you 10 points off top. All right. So that means you can afford to miss, I think we calculated between 30 and 32 questions and still pass if they're looking for a 70. Now, a lot of times State Board, they change stuff as they go. So instead of 70, they might say, okay, now you need a 75 to pass. Well, you still got a lot of questions that you can miss since it's weighted. All right. Number 1, scientific concepts, 35%. Now let me zoom out for a second. You got 5 points of contact, meaning A, B, C, D, and E. Okay. We're not going to go over these in details. All I'm going over today is the scientific concepts in general. Okay. But stay tuned because the more I go live, the more in detail I go through all this stuff. But we'll come back to that. But scientific concepts, 35%. So 35% of those 100 items involve scientific concepts. This is the part I'll remind you most people have problems with. Most people miss the most questions. A lot of times, scientific concepts be the deciding factor between people passing and failing. So I like to take most of my study work there and make sure that you are beyond prepared for scientific concepts. 2, implements and equipment, 10%. Why is this important that I'm mentioning that it's 10%? Because it is the one you need to study the least. For whatever reason, it becomes the one everybody wants to study the most. I don't know why, but it's the least relevant out of the 4 core domains. Then you got 3, hair care services, 40%. That's the largest percentage, but that's the second one. That's the second core domain people have the most trouble with. By far, people miss the most questions in scientific concepts. But think about this for a second before I go to the 4th one. Between hair care services being 40% and scientific concepts being 35%, that is 75% of your test. 75%. So if you can get a handle on these two, between hair care services and scientific concepts, you done pass the test. You could almost miss every other question from the other 2 domains and still pass. But funny enough, those 2 sections with the least amount of questions tend to have the better questions that you can do an educated guess. So just consider that for a second. Don't fall, Mike. Stay where you are. All right. Last, you have facial hair and skincare services, 15%. And as you can see, if you're able to see my screen, you got 4 points of contact, client consultation, analysis, documentation. They really don't have too many questions about that. Applying knowledge of draping, easy to study. Apply knowledge of principles, procedures, and safety for facial hair and skincare services. So we talking shaving, we talking facial hair design, all that good stuff. Electrotherapy, light therapy. They don't even ask that many questions about that one. Just so you know. Let's see. Was that it? Yeah, that's it. 4 points of contact. And like I said, the most common one that most people miss, 35%, scientific concepts. And I tend to go over some part of this Monday through Thursday. And then Friday, what I like to do is just do like a general quiz. And that's the format. Now, that's general studies. Okay, cool. Yeah, my mic about to fall, y'all. But yeah, that's the format. That's me testing my equipment again. I will be back very, very soon. Let me get this let me get this mic in order. But yeah, be looking for me Monday through Friday around this time. If you or anybody that you know are having trouble with your Barber Theory exam, with your Barber Practical exam, somebody that you know that's getting hours, that type of thing, reach out to them, tell them they can find me all platforms at Pierre Huey, Pierrehouey. It is on your screen. You can find me anytime. Send me a message anytime, any platform, all that good stuff. I'll be sure to get back to you in a timely manner. With that being said, I'm your instructor, Pierre Huey, aka Mr. P. P is for patience, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.